Hey guys, so today's video we're going to be cleaning our makeup brushes with an at-home or DIY cleanser. So first off, we're going to start with a mason jar, and this is actually going to be filled about halfway with not super boiling hot, but hotter than warm water. A measuring or set of measuring spoons to measure out how much ingredients we're going to use. Ajax dish detergent, or you can also use Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. I recommend either the peppermint or the tea tree formula. We also have some coconut oil, and I got this big gallon size thing from Big Lots. There's rose water witch hazel facial toner, and we also have regular witch hazel facial toner. Oh, and of course, tons and tons of dirty makeup brushes. A little disclaimer for the coconut oil. Make sure that your coconut oil to other ingredient ratio is very small. You don't want to have your formula loaded up with coconut oil, because that's going to make your brushes oily and greasy, and we don't want that. It's going to take longer to get that oil out of your brushes. So we're going to actually start out with a tablespoon sized amount of dish liquid. Do a tablespoon as well, so about a half a tablespoon of the rose water witch hazel, and about a half. Alright, so as you can see here, I've already scooped out my coconut oil, and it's been sitting in this jar. If you don't know, coconut oil hardens and melts depending on the temperature. So if it's hard, just scoop it out and level it off. I have these sharp nails, so I'm just gonna take my cleaning my makeup brushes more frequently is a habit that I need to get into practicing, because a lot of these brushes are like disgusting. Surprised my face doesn't have freaking craters in it from bacteria by now, but anywho, we're gonna discuss those issues in another video. So I'm gathering up all of my larger, more heavily used brushes, like my foundation brushes, my concealer brushes. I don't really play around with eyeshadow too often, because I don't really have the patience to sit there and blend out and do all this other stuff. But when I want to play with shadow, I will. So these are mostly my foundation and concealer brushes. We are going to soak these the longest, so about 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes. So like I was saying, the brushes that you use for heavier products like foundation and concealer, you want to make sure that you leave those in there just a little longer, no more than 5 minutes, because you don't want to start to break down. Like if like this brush, you don't want to break down the glue that's inside of the brush that's holding the bristles and everything together. So that's why I said not super hot water, and don't leave the brushes in for too long. I also have this little thing that I love. So after my brushes are done soaking, I just swirl it around in there, and then we're gonna rinse. So off camera, I actually boiled some water in the microwave just to get it to a certain temperature, not boiling hot, but hot enough to where as though it's going to break down all of the oils and debris that are in the brushes. So I have that off camera warming up, and I'm going to add that to So as you can see, I warmed my water up, already poured it into the coconut oil, witch hazel, and dish detergent concoction. So we're just gonna apply a lid. I'm gonna shake it up so that that warm water will break down some of the coconut oil that's still left in chunks around the top. All mixed up, we're just gonna take our heavy brushes. Let me do that one last. Take our heavier brushes and just swirl it around in the mixture. As you can already see a lot. Let them soak for no more than 5 minutes. Put all those. So if your brushes are really dirty, you can repeat this as often. I'm ashamed. This is really disgusting, but it's lifting out. The detergent is helping to clean it. That hot water is lifting all of that debris out. The coconut oil and the rose water are adding to antibacterial properties. So we're gonna leave this in for about 2 more minutes and then rinse. You can repeat this as often as necessary. So this one batch, I'm more than likely gonna have to rinse and repeat. So repeat as often as necessary until your brushes rinse with clean water. All right guys, so here are all of my brushes, and I got all of these brushes BT dubs from Marshalls over the time. This set I got them from BH Cosmetics. Can you see? It won't focus. Anywho, yeah, I got those from BH Cosmetics, and I had 2 sets actually because they messed up, and long story short, I ended up getting 2 sets in the mail, whatever. So you remember that super dirty brush. And you want to make sure that when you're drying your brushes, you lay them on a flat surface, like a microfiber towel to put underneath, so that way you won't like mess up the bristles in the brushes. Unfortunately, when I was soaking this one, I got a little crazy and I kind of messed up my brush, but whatever. They also have these cool things like called brush formers. It's like a little plastic casing that you can use. I might end up making a video to show you how to DIY those, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, when all of your brushes are rinsed, you just want to lay them on a flat surface so that they can dry flat. Make sure all of the hairs in the brushes are going in the same direction, so that way you won't get a brush that ends up looking like this. So yeah, make sure they're flat, and that's it. Thank you for tuning in, guys.